Logos speaks habitable order into chaos, and we reflect that by speaking truth, and that's good. Then when we fail to speak truth, is that evil, and how is it differentiated from the original chaos that was being spoken to?
Well, it's definitely, I would say yes, that it's evil, that that's the right way of thinking about it. The initial chaos is it's more pluripotential. Like it has the alternatives of going many ways. Like I've dealt with families, say in my clinical practice, who've practiced many generations of deep lies. And so there's a potential there, right, that the lies generated. But it's almost impossible to set it straight. Like once you cast something like that into being, it's much more difficult to turn to the good. It's obvious. You think, oh, this is the day I'm finally going to tell off my boss. And it's like maybe you should have had an intelligent conversation with him at a slightly lower voice tone 3 years ago. And so it's a little late. And you go there and you sacrifice your job because you can no longer control your anger. And now you're unemployed. And you don't have a good employment record for your next job, and now your family doesn't have anything to rely on. It's like, that's chaos, man, but it's not easy to set straight. Whereas normally, as long as you haven't done anything too pathological, what opens up in front of you is paths that could go in either direction. It's not that hard to set it straight. But once you've made the mistake, well, you have to fix the mistake, and then you have to recast the potential. And that's hard. It requires, you have to admit that you did something wrong. You have to have the humility to note that you're the one in error. You have to calculate the strategy for setting it right. You have to implement it, and then you have to decide you're not going to do it again. Right? That's the full, what do you call that? When you go to Catholic Church and you confess, you have to confess and you have to repent. And you have to atone. And that's what you do to eradicate evil, is you confess and you repent and you atone. And to atone that's at one, right? To restore that initial unity. It's very, very difficult. And the more things like that you pile up around yourself, the lower the probability that you'll straighten it out. So that's how it's different. Yeah.